Do you think Terence Crawford is approaching you in the proper way?
I think he's wanted the fight and doing respectful, you know. I want Canelo, I want Canelo.
Will Terence Crawford's unmatched skill be enough to overcome Canelo Alvarez's power and size, or will the Mexican champion once again prove he's the king of the ring? As the boxing world speculates on a potential showdown between these two elite fighters,
seeing Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford all in the one place, and I know you put that together. You've played the game, and you put yourself in a position there to sort of create a moment. And there was a few viral moments from that in the clips outside. What's that sort of environment like for you? I get the feeling every time I speak to you, you're so locked in. Do you not feel anything when you're around everybody in the gym and you've got to do them spars?
It kind of just feel, you know. Back in the day, like, if you asked me this question, I probably would tell you, like, oh, it was so amazing. It was, but now I'm kind of so used to, like,
regular.
Yes, it feels so normal. Like, honestly, that's why me and, like, Floyd is so, like, close now, because it's like, I'm a genuine person, and he don't, like, he like genuine people around, so.
I don't think it's a fight Canelo really wants, if I'm honest, because I think he feels like he won't get a lot of credit beating a light middleweight. And Crawford's going to move a lot in that fight, which is not ideal for Canelo. But what's his options? I mean, like, you know, if Bivol wins, he could fight him for undisputed. That's a very tough fight. What's the other options? You know, Benavidez is up at 175. Obviously, His Excellency wants to make that fight. So I guess we could see it now.
the debate rages on skill versus size, speed versus strength, and legacy versus dominance. Let's break down the key dynamics that make this one of the most anticipated matchups in boxing history. Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed king of the super middleweight division, has responded to the idea of facing Terence Crawford with a mix of respect and skepticism. The Mexican superstar has always emphasized the importance of weight classes in boxing, and he views Crawford's move up in weight as more of a bold challenge.
Eso. Venga. 5, venga. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eso. Enjoy.
Rather than a legitimate threat, while Canelo has expressed openness to the fight, he has made it clear that it would have to make sense for his career. If the money is right, I'm in, he admitted, acknowledging Crawford's skill, but questioning whether a win over a smaller opponent would add to his legacy. Canelo's main concern is that defeating Crawford may not earn him the credit he deserves.
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won.
When Terence Crawford said that he moved up and won, and Canelo moved up and lost.
He went on the ring with Teddy Atlas.
What does that mean?
He said you're the most overrated Mexican champion in history. He said that Salvador Sanchez and
boxeador mexicano.
Más popular,
pero sin causa. Sí.
Fucking crazy, that guy. and you think he knows boxing? Fuck.
Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time. Power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind as well.
Given the significant size and weight disparity between them. On the other hand, Terence Crawford remains unfazed by the weight disadvantage that many believe could hinder him. Known for his exceptional adaptability and technical prowess, Crawford believes that skill, not size, determines the outcome of a fight. His dominant victory over Errol Spence Jr.
I don't think that was a strong point because Canelo Alvarez actually moved up and won. I mean, he moved up a lot of weight classes, but if you want to talk about light heavyweight, he moved up and he beat Kovalev. Then he moved up again and he lost to Bivol. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, he moves up to 154. He won 115, 113, but it was just an 11-0 Madrimov who didn't really have much of a resume, right? But there's a difference, to be real. I mean, Bivol is a Hall of Fame. Okay, this guy, all-time light heavyweight. This is a bit different. Canelo did knock out Kovalev when he did move up. Okay, and Kovalev is a bigger challenge at light heavyweight than Madrimov at 154 for Terence Crawford. Let's just keep it a big.
When he fought Canelo and he was like standing right in front of Canelo and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing. That's all what he learned from fighting.
Further cemented his status as one of the sport's best, and now he's eager to prove himself against Canelo. For Crawford, this fight isn't about money. It's about solidifying his greatness. "I want to challenge myself against the best," Crawford said, demonstrating his confidence that his technical ability and ring IQ can offset Canelo's physical advantages. Floyd Mayweather, who famously defeated Canelo in 2013, offered his perspective on the matchup. He reminded fans that when he faced Canelo, the Mexican was in his prime, while he himself was already past his best years.
I think Crawford don't get me wrong. He's a great fighter. But for me, in my weight class, it's an easy fight. For me, easy money. So if the money is right, I'm in. Because, I don't like to fight guys like Crawford because he move a lot and the fight is not that great. I saw Crawford the last fight and he don't move that much now. So if the money is right, why not?
How you think he did at that weight, at 154? How you think Crawford did?
They are a weight class for a reason, and you need to ask him. It's different. I know in his mind he think he can do whatever he wants because he's very talented fighter. He's a very good fighter. I like how he fight, but that's why there are weight classes. And he knows now.
Crazy that Canelo said that because when Canelo fought me, he was in his prime, and when I fought, I was an old man. So I wasn't in my prime when I fought Canelo. I was an old man when I fought Canelo. Just like this right here, young guy. Even though I'm old, I got a lot of experience. I'm gonna go out there and just show him that this is the elite level and it's something totally different.
"When Canelo fought me, he was in his prime and I was an old man," Mayweather stated, suggesting that Canelo might no longer possess the same explosive power and speed he once had.
Like this nice cause of Bud, me truthfully, I done got better through the years, not even just being in the ring with him, but even being outside the ring, watching his demeanor, watching what he doing in his sparring, watching his training camp, how hard he trained, dog, I owe Bud a lot, so I'll never even talk about too much sparring.
Yeah, I got you.
Shakira, everybody just keeps saying, bro, he lighting the ass, the weight. I'm like, yeah, all right.
Yeah,
what do you say about that?
I think skills pay the bills.
Yeah.
And I feel like, truthfully, he's not as little as people think. People think he's very small.
He cut weight to get to 147, 154.
Yes. Yeah. He's not as small as people think. It's just he look like it.
Yeah.
So if you see him
in person
and he get on a scale or something, you wouldn't believe that's his weight.
I told somebody the other day, he might get on the scale weighing 166, 167 fighting Canelo, and people wouldn't believe how ripped up and cut up he'll still look. He won't look like he's overweight Terence Crawford. He gonna look like a solid Terence Crawford.
I think he beat Canelo though. I've been saying. I remember when he fought when they fought. Go watch an interview after the fight. I literally said I think Terence Crawford would beat Canelo.
Okay, I wouldn't say that.
A long time ago.
Observers have noted that Canelo's recent performances have lacked the relentless energy of his earlier fights, raising questions about whether he can keep up with Crawford's speed and technical mastery, especially now that he's entering the latter years of his career.
So you can't look forward past Saturday, but do you feel like a fight like Terence Crawford? I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
You know, everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. You know, I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and then you never know what happened.
Yeah,
Next.
yeah, for sure.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, there's I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is. But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with Spence. He did like almost look very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you know, you never know in boxing. We'll see.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford with nobody else. You got to show me that you can beat him.
As speculation builds, odds makers have started weighing in. Some have Canelo as a slight favorite at -130, while Crawford is listed at +100, nearly making it an even fight. Others favor Canelo at -185, with Crawford at +155.
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. I'm focused.
Be great. That'll be 3 times. If you go 154 and win the belt, that's 3 times super. Then I said chase super greatness. Come on, Canelo. 160.
Well, if he can get in there with Charlo in like his next 2 fights where he still got age on his side, then maybe go up again. Like if he's trying to chase the greatness. But I mean, he already done something that's never been done. Charlo don't want none of that.
Just a few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, you know, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. You know, he's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just, you know, just like to, you know, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'd be the biggest fight, which, you know, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him test himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get.
These odds reflect the excitement and uncertainty surrounding the potential bout. Both fighters have unique advantages, making this a truly intriguing contest. When and if the fight occurs, it will boil down to a style clash between the two boxers. Canelo's MMA combination of experience and boxing strength.
Check out the projected odds that came out. One of the odds projectors say Canelo is opening up as the favorite, -130. Crawford is +100. That's damn near 50-50. Another one says Canelo Alvarez is the favorite, -185. Crawford is the underdog, only +55. Let me tell you something. If those are the odds on my bookie come day one, I'm max betting Canelo Alvarez. I can give a damn. Y'all mean to tell me that y'all think it's 50-50? I'ma empty my account on Canelo Alvarez. I don't have to bet KO, none of that shit. If y'all think it's that close, I'ma empty my account. $30,000, I can give a shit.
I'm about to come up. I was going to bet on Crawford thinking he'd be the huge underdog. Y'all got it that narrow?
Just a few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, you know, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. You know, he's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just, you know, just like to, you know, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'd be the biggest fight, which, you know, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him test himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get behind.
With championship success marks him as an intimidating opponent despite Crawford's competitive speed and technical boxing dominance. Both fighters will find significant rewards while showcasing their skills in a potential bout that might earn a place among the best modern boxing spectacles.